Note, this material will contain content referred to by tags. #NSFW, #sexy/skimpy, #nudity. If you are not comfortable with seeing half-naked virtual female characters, this video is not for you. You have been warned. Welcome to the second part of my series on the best armor and outfit mods for female characters. As you can see, Delia needed some fresh air, so we will spend part of the episode in the vicinity of the camp between Helgen and Riverwood. Last time, I presented a compilation of the best mods by Coco, ported to Nexus by Daymar. As I mentioned at the end of that episode, this time we will take a look at some older but still relevant mods. Without further ado, shall we begin? The first on the list is also one of the oldest, not only in name. Although it is modular, we cannot count on different variants. An invisible helmet, a helmet with appropriate hair in several colors and the option of platform shoes or flat shoes. The whole thing is modeled as a rusty chain mail shirt on a naked body, which gives this battered and worn looks. Nothing special, but for a certain companion who is a revenant, upcoming mod from Cold Sun, it will be just right. Also, if someone cares, she could potentially use SPID and make it as a female drawer armor replacer. Though no guarantees that this would work and not cause any issues. The shield is definitely worth noting, as it not only looks good, but also has a bleeding effect when struck/bashed. And it is the only thing that has an enchantment in this mod. Let me start by saying that I am not a big fan of this mod because it looks like a more modernist design and brings to mind various illuminated gaming equipment, such as illuminated keyboards, mouse and desktops for gamers, which is a fact because the author himself admits that he used a Razer gaming keyboard as inspiration. However, modular parts from this is still usable in combination with other mods. But what do we have on our plate? A dress, a choker, leggings, high-heeled boots, gloves with nails, an eye mask, and spider-like legs coming out of the back that increase stamina regeneration, stealth, and reduce vulnerability to poison. The entire outfit is full of elements reminiscent of an illustrating spiders or webs. After all, the outfit is called Black Widow. No, not the one from the MCU. But to craft this outfit, you have to go to Blackreach because the crafting manual is located in the Sindarian's Field Laboratory. And I doubt you want to return to that place if you already done quest with Elder Scroll located there. But if not, don't forget to pick up the crafting manual if you plan to use this mod later. And female-only outfit styled after Hermias Mora, a Daedric Prince of Knowledge and Memory or his follower/acolyte. A modular outfit consisting of many parts, including both half and full masks, which are enchanted with a bonus to rhetoric and increased mana, and tentacles protruding from the back which deal poison damage to enemies who get too close to the wearer. In addition, summoning spells cost less, mana regenerates faster, and there is a permanent bonus to poison resistance for the wearer. The rest of the outfit, i.e. the robe, high-heeled boots, skirt, choker, tights, circlet, etc., are not enchanted and can be imbued with any effect user like. The crafting manual is available relatively quickly. Just follow the main Dragonborn quest line and get to Raven Rock Mine in Solstheim, then continue on to the exit of the dungeon next to the Black Book. The Frost Witch, although when we install the CBBE mod from Doctor, we also get the following variants in the package: Arcane, Flame, Poison. An outfit for our sorceress or female magical companion. Only the robe is enchanted with reduced cost for all spells, increased mana and its regeneration rate. The rest, i.e. the amulet, hats, gauntlets, high-heeled boots, unfortunately static, cape and skirt, are not enchanted, so the user can cast any spell and enhancements they want on these items. The whole set also includes a new enchanted staff. The crafting manual is also appropriately located, because in order to obtain it, we must go to the Academy in Winterhold and to the depths of Midden. The manual is located near the Atranak Forge. It's no secret that this is a female character outfit heavily inspired by the first Overwatch. And although there are no angel wings in the set, we do have high-heeled boots, a cuirass, a cape, gauntlets, and a halo that serves as a helmet/circlet. The cuirass, gauntlets, and boots come in burgundy and rose variants. The set also includes a Reskin Elven Bow with divine damage against the undead in arrows. The items can of course be enchanted and upgraded, as they constitute light armor. The crafting manual can be found in Riften, in Mara's temple. The vanilla Nightingale armor isn't bad at all, and even without mods for its skimpifies, it's one of the best designs in the entire game. In addition, the very fact that we have to earn this armor makes it a valuable reward. Despite this, DeserterX found a way to make it even more unique. So we have 5 variants of the cuirass and hood, boots, depending on whether you prefer high heels or flats. In my case, they are flats because that's what I prefer, gloves and 2 variants of tights. In addition, we have a Reskin regular hunting bow, a dagger, a unique crossbow and bolts for it, and a one-handed weapon called Humma. None of the armor pieces are enchanted, so once again, the user has complete freedom to customize them. Interestingly, the crafting manual is not located in Riften near the Nocturnal Altar, but on the Cerethi farm, and the book must simply be stolen or obtained using the Lydia method, or another companion. A proposal from Desertorex for rogues. The outfit consists of elements such as additional bags and pouches, a belt, high-heeled boots, gauntlets, a cuirass, and a skirt. As for weapons, we have a Reskin iron dagger. The bag is enchanted and increases the maximum carrying capacity, while the skirt allows for better stealth. The rest remains unenchanted. In addition to the basic black version, there is also a separate leopard variant, but it needs some work to make it function properly and stand alone, not a replacer. The crafting manual can be found in the right place, namely the Ragged Flagon at the Thieves' Guild in Rift End. An outfit for a magical character or for role-playing as Succubus or other Demonis. Alternatively, when we have a slightly naughty companion. It consists of enchanted tights, which are a combination of a bra, underwear and, let's say, tights, that reduce the cost of spells for every school of magic, as well as increasing mana and its regeneration speed, enchanted horns that reduce the mana cost of spells from the schools of alteration and illusion, high-heeled boots with long spikes. Here I recommend changing their length to the smallest in body slide unless you want to have spikes several inches long, capes, gloves and masks. There are several color options to choose from, but for them to work, you need to use CBBE body slide from Dr. Angier and manually assign the appropriate folder to the appropriate files, after downloading additional themes, of course. The crafting manual is located in the Darklight Tower, so we will come across it while following Ilya. So, what does this have to do with Skyrim, you ask? I don't know myself, but it's Desertorex's last mod for Skyrim Special Edition before switching to Fallout 4, so it's worth mentioning for that reason alone. That's one thing. 2. This mod is absolutely situational. I mean, when Christmas and New Year's Eve roll around again and you're still playing Skyrim, this mod will be just the thing. What can I say? Christmas bunnies. There's a skirt, a top, socks, high-heeled boots, gloves, and various accessories. None of the items have any spells attached to them, so go wild. It comes in several color variations. The crafting manual can be found in Winterhold at the Frozen Hearth Inn. One of the suggestions for a vampire character or vampire companion, e.g. Serana from the Dawnguard expansion. There is even a patch specifically for this mod in the official SDA patch hub. The outfit is heavily inspired by stories about the Romanian Gothic aristocracy, who preferred a special type of wine and had a strange aversion to being outside during the day. It consists of a cuirass, earrings, gauntlets, a mask, high-heeled boots, shoulder pads, something called a tasset but let's call it a dress, a collar, a choker, an enchanted ring that gives more HP, mana regeneration, fire resistance, and increases damage dealt with claws, and a rapier that drains HP, mana, and stamina, but only when wielded by a vampire, an alternative to Harkon's sword. There are other color variants than the basic scarlet, but as with Celes Tarot, you have to assign the appropriate files to the appropriate folders yourself and use the conversion from Dr. Ingir. Depending on whether you have the SDA patch installed or not, the crafting manual can be found in Castle Fokihar in the courtyard with the moonclock. However, if you are playing with the SDA patch, you will find Valerica's journal there, which will lead you to the Bloodlet throne. Serana herself will also have comments on both the journal and when you equip her with this armor, SDA required, duh. Forging it will not be easy, as it requires new materials, including blood stalrum. I was never a big fan of the Daedric armor from the vanilla game. That's why it's good that Deserter has come up with an alternative. First of all, the armor is completely modular and consists of many elements: the cuirass itself, a hood in different hair colors or a faceless variant, a reaper, after all, boots, leggings, a choker and a static skirt. There is also a non-skimpy version for the male characters. All elements are devoid of any enchantments so as not to restrict the user and come in several color variants, as well the parts of them are glowing. The crafting manual may seem easy to find because it is located in Arc Windpoint, not far from Ivarstead in the border between Skyrim and Cyrodiil, but hold your horses my lord, because the book is one thing and forging is another, and that is only available after unlocking Daedric blacksmithing. In addition, the armor itself requires quite rare ingredients, such as a Daedric heart. And this is not the Third Era, where the gates to the Oblivion are every few steps apart and Dremeris can be farmed almost continuously. So to get the necessary ingredients you would have to do some legwork. Heavy, modular armor for female characters, requiring ebony blacksmithing. However, it is only heavy in terms of its parameters, as it does not look bulky. The offer includes cuirass, with the option of trousers or shorts, earrings, large or small, gloves, helmet and shield, although for the shield to be functional and not just decorative, an additional add-on must be installed. The crafting manual can be found in Solitude Blue Palace. If that's not enough for you, a modder nicknamed Studo took on this mod and completely reworked and improved it, adding new variants of the armor itself and matching weapons, as well as version for male characters. The mod is Dark Knight Armor, my version by Studosa UNP, CBB UNPB. Most importantly, both mods can be used simultaneously because Studo created his mod as a standalone. Ahoy landlubbers! Hoist the flag and let's set sail. Well, not quite, considering where we find the crafting manual, but more on that later. An outfit for a female pirate in Skyrim. It consists of a bandana, cuirass, gloves, heeled boots, necklace, rings and a tattoo. This time, there are no color variants or even matching weapons, although there are sabers in the game itself and in the AE content that would fit. Oh, and the pistol in the holster is just for decoration, unfortunately. The crafting manual can be found in the wreck of the Brinehammer. Another simple mod. I usually used it as the default outfit for Succubus, a companion from the Bejeen family. It consists of a cuirass, boots, cape, choker, gloves, horns, and a shield, which seems to be a modified version of the one from ancient Draugr, with the difference that when struck, it no longer causes bleeding but sets ablaze, and a one-handed axe. The overall design of the vanilla orc set has been heavily reworked, but the axe, for example, is the same, only reskined. The location of the crafting manual is interesting, however. Sea of Ghosts Septimus Cygnus Outpost. So you don't have to stray far from the main quest trail. A suggestion for a character who is an excellent archer and has a preference for nature, i.e. typical bossmare, but also the perfect outfit that can be given to custom voice companions, e.g. Ori from Ori Song of the Green. Light modular armor, as with all Deserter X mods, which is why I don't always mention it because it's obvious, consisting of parts such as gauntlets, a cape, which increases stamina, mana regeneration and frost resistance, antlers serving as a helmet, a cuirass, leg wraps, serving as boots, a skirt, increases mana regeneration and reduces the cost of restoration and summoning spells, a belt with a quiver, which increases damage from bows and one-handed weapons, shoulder pads, increase carrying capacity and enhance the power of potions. In addition, we have reskin steel arrows and a hunting bow. The outfit comes in 4 color variants, for seasons, as well as additional summer tropical and arctic winter variants. However, in order for these variants to be crafted as a separate set in the game, you need to do some tinkering not only with the file structure but also assign the appropriate textures to the mesh in SS Edit, and even then, Arctic Winter is missing some textures and some parts will be pink or blue, their default appearance in Nifscope. So far, I haven't found a solution to this. If you want everything to work properly, unfortunately the only solution is to replace the default summer. Then everything works correctly. Once again, the conversion to CBBE by Dr. and Jir will come in handy here. You will find the crafting manual along the way while completing the Blessings of Nature quest for Danica Pure Spring in Eldergleam Sanctuary. The book is right next to Asta's backpack. A proposal for a cleric/healer. The entire outfit takes the form of various types of chain mail or chain armor, where only the halo is enchanted with a bonus to restoration magic and mana regeneration, while the rest of the elements are at the user's disposal. These include shoulder pads, a cloak, thigh pads, gloves, headband, robe, high-heeled boots, skirt, underwear, amulet, shield, reskin of the glass shield, and mace. In addition, a horse named Emfy is waiting for us outside the Whiterun stables. The crafting manual can be found quite quickly by going to the Temple of Kinnereth in Whiterun and looking around carefully. The book is lying on the table there. A proposal for vanilla armor that we received by completing quests for the Dawnguard faction. Unlike the original, this one is fully modular and consists of elements such as shoulder pads, a cloak, high-heeled boots, a choker, a cuirass, gloves, thigh guards or trousers, and a headband or invisible helmet. In my case, all parts are in the light armor category, but you can change this yourself in SSE Edit. None of the elements have an enchantment, so there is plenty of room for creativity in this area. Until recently, I used this mod all the time, but now I prefer the mod from Kavan Panu. Sometimes I use parts from both mods. For example, I replace the static cloak with one that has SMP physics, or I replace the helmet with a hood, etc. However, the crafting manual is not located in Fort Dawnguard, but in the Scorched Hammer Smithy in Riften. Do you know the fairy tale about Little Red Riding Hood? Deserter X knew it too, but decided to spice it up a bit and adapt it for the world of Tamriel, and that's how Red Riding came to be. The outfit includes a hood in several color versions for hair or empty, a cloak, a dress, underwear, high-heeled boots, knee-high socks, and gauntlets. If you use the CBBE body slide conversion by Dr. Ingier, you will also get a few additional color options, and the underwear is already combined with the dress. The crafting manual can be found in Whiterun Arcadia's Cauldron. Until recently, this was my favorite outfit for a vampire or Serana, but after Crimson Blood, I no longer use it. The outfit consists of shoulder pads, high-heeled boots, a choker, gauntlets, a dress or a dress with trousers, hoods with predefined hair, knee-high socks or tights, and a cape that looks like a bat's wing membrane. The whole thing is completely devoid of any enchantments, so you can show off your skills. If you use the CBBE body slide conversion from Dr. Ingier, you also get a red version in addition to the basic purple one. The crafting manual can be found in Falion's house in Morthal. the last mod from the Gwelda family. Like the previous one, the outfit consists of the same elements, but while the previous one had a vampire style, this one has a witch style. None of the elements have enchantments either. You can see elements from mods such as mini dresses used here. Also, file structures for both meshes and textures confirms that. But that mod is a separate port of Gwelda armor's pack from Old Rim, so no surprise here. The crafting manual can be found in Falkreath at Grave Concoctions. A suggestion for the Dark Brotherhood assassin character if you don't like the default armor you get. Of course, how high-heeled boots are supposed to improve the performance of contracts and assignments is a closed secret, but well, you need a little suspension of disbelief, right? Either style or realism. In any case, the outfit consists of many elements and has a kind of hierarchy, or rather, I would say, a progression of items. Initially, we can only forge fishnet items, then we can forge reinforced items, and then elegant items one require each other as a material. So what do we have on the plate? High-heeled boots, chokers, gloves, leggings, tights, skirts, shoulder pads, and a tunic. The set also includes a dagger, a Reskin Dagon razor. And if we have installed the DX Faction Crossbows mod, there will also be a crossbow and bolts. The location of the crafting manual will come as no surprise, as it is located in the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. And once again, we return to the magical character, and once again we must go to the academy in Winterhold. The outfit, in my case, heavy armor, but it should be light, so you can change it, consists of a cuirass, gloves, high-heeled boots, greaves, shoulder pads, a cuirass, a choker and tights. Although they are called socks, they come up to the thighs. The design is very cut chain mail on a naked body with silk elements. The set also includes a staff, which is a reskin of the Sanguine Rose with a soul trap effect. The crafting manual can be found during Mirabelle Irvine's tour of the Academy in our bedroom in the Hall of Attainment. If you are planning to build a necromancer or have a companion who practices necromancy, this is the perfect outfit. It consists of a robe, an amulet, claws, more like gloves with nails, high-heeled boots, and a blindfold. The robe comes in a regular and transparent version, and the elements have different color variants. I also recommend downloading a functional necromancy staff with a matching color variant. The design is completely unique and, at least to me, does not resemble anything else in the game. The crafting manual is a little different from previous mods because it is not a book but a skull, and depending on the color of the skull in your inventory, you can craft that color variant. It's a bit of a shame because I always like to look at these books, not only to read what and how much I need for a given part, but also because I simply appreciate all the aesthetic photos on the back. The skulls can be found in the Hall of the Dead in Windhelm. The staves, if we install this mod, are also nearby. An outfit for a skilled huntress, modular. It consists of several variants for dresses, leggings, trousers and socks, 2 variants of underwear, panty or thong, heavy studded boots, reskin of work boots, platform boots or sandals, a headband, forearm guards and a scarf. There is only one color variant, styled after the skins and furs of predatory cats such as leopards and cheetahs. In addition, the mod also features a reskin hunting bow and steel arrows. The crafting manual can be found on the counter at the Drunken Huntsman in Whiterun. A slightly poorer and older version, previously shown DX Necromancer, but still with that certain something. The outfit consists of a dress, scarf, stockings, high-heeled boots, and gloves. Only the dress is enchanted, although there is also a variant without it, with the effect of poisoning nearby enemies and weakening them to all types of damage, as well as reducing the cost of conjuration spells and increasing mana regeneration. There is only one color variant, black. The crafting manual can be obtained at the very beginning of the game as soon as you escape from Helgen. Just go to Anissa's cabin and break into her basement. The manual will be lying on the counter, and right next to it on the floor will be a backpack with pieces of leather and linen wraps needed to create this light armor or outfit. Of course, as soon as you leave Anissa's cellar, she will immediately attack you, so be prepared. Mod for female characters role-playing as bards or skalds from the Academy in Solitude. The entire outfit has a very Greek-Roman style and consists of a tunic, high-heeled sandals, a purse that increases the character's carrying capacity, a circlet, a golden horn that increases the sale value of items sold and decreases the purchase value, a necklace that increases rhetoric, and bracers. All these elements are richly decorated with gold. The mod comes in 2 variants, white and blue, basic, and Roman theme black and red, although here you need to do some work and assign the files to the appropriate folders if you want to have both versions available for creation in the game. The crafting manual can be found at the Bard's Academy in Solitude. Lightweight modular armor reminiscent of something a seraphine from the game Sacred would wear. There are 4 variants of armor, high-heeled boots, a choker, a circlet and forearm guards, as well as an element described as wings, but I recommend looking for better replacements, e.g. from the Animated Wings Ultimate mod by Delta 6. Or from Sir Rumple Animated Angel Wings. The crafting manual is located in the Dwemer Museum in Markarth, but you won't be able to get to it straight away, because you first have to complete a small task for Calcimo and hunt a large spider. Only then he will let you in. A A mod that is a light modular armor for female characters cosplaying or role-playing as succubi. It consists of elements such as an amulet, cuirass, earrings, gloves, high-heeled boots, horns, shoulder pads, skirt, tail, the same enchantment as in the case of the Spartan Bard Golden Horn, and wings that increase magic resistance. And again, as with the previous mod, I recommend replacing these wings with those from Animated Wings Ultimate. As for a mod that would go perfectly with this armor, I think Kubai the Succubus, custom voiced by Daedric Tamer, a little older, Succubusan by RXKX22 ported to Special Edition by Chick13, or Vermilion, the Succubus Redux, fully custom voiced companion. I won't suggest any other mods because we all know what they will be like. You can find the crafting manual while searching for the Amulet of Arche Feranders, but if you've already done this little quest and don't remember where it was, go back to the Halls of the Dead/Catacombs in Whiterun. The book will be lying on the ground under a table in one of the alcoves. An alternative to the default Thieves Guild armor for female characters. In terms of concept, it is very similar to the previously shown Vampire, Dawnguard, or Witch, but this is not surprising since, like those mods, it includes parts from Tiwa 44's Mini Dresses collection mod and consists of elements such as a tunic or corset tunic, high-heeled or flat-soled boots, trousers, gloves, arm guards, a hood, a pouch that increases the character's maximum carrying capacity, and a collar. The crafting manual is located in Riften at the Thieves Guild headquarters, the room with the cistern. The book is on one of the tables by the beds. This time, it's 3 in 1, or maybe the porters simply didn't feel like splitting them into separate mods. This mod includes the Ursine Barbarian, a female counterpart styled after the Ulfsarks, Age of Mythology, anyone, or Berserkers, primarily made from the skins and furs of white bears and cats. So, we have a collar, bracers, a cuirass with and without a bra, a cloak, a reskin of the one used in Gwelda Dawnguard, gloves, panties, thigh guards, and boots. The crafting manual for this armor can be found at Berna's Oddments in Winterhold. Further in this pack we have similar counterparts for both sides of the Skyrim Civil War conflict, so both Imperials and Stormcloaks and crafting manuals can be found in the headquarters of both factions, respectively the Imperial one in Castledar in Solitude while the Stormcloak will be in the Palace of Kings in Windhelm. A simple yet elegant light armor set for women, consisting of elements such as quivers that increase shooting damage and the character's maximum load capacity, a cuirass, high-heeled boots, a combination of sleeves and gloves, and a scarf. The set also includes a crossbow and bolts. The crafting manual can be found in Whiterun, in Jorvaskr, in the room where we first meet Vilkas in Kodlak. You could say this is a reskin of the previous mod, despite being a standalone, this time styled after the CD Projekt Red game. The elements are practically identical and share the same enchantments. Only decorative backswords have been added, which reduce the cost of destruction spells. The cuirass can be worn with or without a skirt, a new amulet, and bolts with fire and lightning enchantments. The crafting manual for this armor can be found at the Morthal Moorside Inn. And that's it for Deserter X mods in this episode. In the next episode, we'll cover either Aoki or Elex mods, and who knows, maybe we'll even explore Bikini mods. A new mod from Kevin Pano recently appeared, so why not? So remember to check out my channel from time to time, and if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe and ring the bell. That's all for now. Goodbye.